Hello and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Talking Football, and today we take an in-depth look at the German Bundesliga and the English Premier League. With me here in the studio are Amit Leventhal, football analyst for the Israel Hayom Daily, and I24 News, Michael Friedman. Hello, gentlemen. Bayern Munich are as explosive as always. Borussia Dortmund needed a bizarre own goal to finally get a win, and Manchester City stumble again. All that and much more coming up. Let's get started. Sometimes in football you just have to be lucky. Dortmund lost 5 straight. They couldn't find the goal against Mönchengladbach, and then a terrible mistake came to their help. Amit, we know you can be terrible or good. It doesn't matter. One little mistake, and that's it. You get the win.
Yeah, actually, after 5 straight losses and not winning 7 league matches in a row, again Dortmund didn't score. And but the opponent helped them, and it's amazing. It's very difficult to remember the last time we saw such a difference between the team, between the quality of the team that plays and the place in the table. Dortmund, they came to this game
in relegation zone
in the 18th and last place. They played like a major European force, attacking. Jan Sommer, the goalkeeper of Mönchengladbach, was terrific, and Dortmund players missed a lot, but they played.
He was terrific, but he couldn't do nothing against this.
Yeah, it was. Kramer, he's international. He won the World Cup with Germany, yes, and actually he suffered a concussion at the start of the final, so he didn't remember anything about it, and he would love to not remember this.
Yeah, this one either. Absolutely.
Yeah. He said the moment I touched it, I said
I knew it was going in.
Word we cannot
Beautiful
say on TV.
Goal. We should absolutely give it to him.
Screamer.
Absolutely screamer. Michael, what's the press making on this? This is the story of the week.
Yeah, it's no surprise. The press was all over this. They called Kramer's bizarre own goal to give Dortmund the victory. It was a sensational goal.
It was.
So they were pretty impressed. But Dortmund was said to be more hungry. But at the end of the day, they have to be very, very thankful that Kramer was able to put that goal in for him.
Absolutely. It doesn't really matter how you get the 3 points as long as you get the 3 points.
I don't remember since Seinfeld, to hear so much about the name Kramer, but yeah, it's the goal of this weekend, without a doubt.
Absolutely, and the Dortmund players
and by the way, after 18 matches in a row from the start of the season that Mönchengladbach didn't lose, this is their first loss of the season. The stubborn team, they will do well this season. I predict they will finish in the top 4.
As long as they don't score to their own goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the Dortmund players know themselves that without this strange goal, they would still be searching for the victory today. Here's what Neven Subotic had to say following the match.
Yeah, crazy. It was a lot of craziness going on today. We obviously had a great game. We were pressing very good. We had plenty of chances, and the only thing missing was the goal. I think if we play another 3 or 4 hours, we wouldn't have scored today, just because we don't have that luck that we score the goal. So it's good that Mr. Kramer scored the goal for us. So we did have that luck. We just didn't have the luck that we scored the goal. So.
Yes, they should make sure they send some flowers today to Mr. Kramer. While Dortmund needed a huge favor in order to win, Bayern Munich does everything by themselves. This time they won 4-0 in Frankfurt, once again showing us all that at least in Germany, they are in a league of their own. Michael Friedman takes a look at the Bavarian machine that has left the Bundesliga way behind.
Would anyone pay attention to the Bundesliga without Bayern Munich? The Bavarian club is currently winning the battle of supremacy in German football. Munich have won 8 of the last 13 championships and participated in 17 of the last 18 league championships. Last year, they even impressed everyone once again with a new record clinching the title with 7 matches prior to the end of the season. And with that, many of the Bayern players have shown self-confidence that sometimes come off as arrogance.
I do not think we have weaknesses. We played a lot of matches without taking goals lately.
The German team showed their strength when they beat Roma in the Champions League 7-1, and the Italian coach knew how challenging it is for a team to play at the Allianz Arena.
But who has managed already to take 1 point in the Allianz Arena? Nobody.
This season, they are still undefeated and already leading the championship 4 points ahead of the pack. But the fact they continue to buy their opponents' top players brings little challenge to them each year. It appears the Giant continues to play alone, and they need a true contender in order to continue to grow. The amazing season of Borussia last year gave the league something to get excited about. But this season, the repeated failures of the yellow and black in the league has made the Bundesliga less attractive once again. Unlike the Premier League, Munich reign alone in Germany. England have 5 to 6 teams battling for the title every year, but in Germany, there appears to be no true threat for Bayern. The glimmer of hope that could save the Bundesliga was when Bayern conceded a draw against Borussia Mönchengladbach. But the question remains, will anyone in the league overthrow the reigning champions? With every trophy they capture, the team continues to enjoy being the most prolific team in Germany.
And if all that is not enough, Amit, guess who Pep Guardiola wants to bring him now? He met in Barcelona with Gerard Piqué. Is he on the way to Munich?
Maybe because Piqué has tough time in Barcelona. He fallen out the relationship between him and the coach Enrique because of his attitude. And and Piqué is related to a move away now, maybe to England, maybe to Bayern. Bayern also is linked with other players as Ozil in Arsenal, but they are so strong. They don't need, I think, these players. Already if you take the second team of Bayern Munich,
they're far better than anyone in Germany.
I think, they could also win the championship.
And look how many good players sat on the bench in this win we're seeing in Frankfurt. Arjen Robben wasn't there.
Yeah, Shaqiri starts after a long injury, and they got the talent is endless. They have also young players like coming on, and of course Alaba, who is injured until the end of the year. He's a great asset as well. They are great in every position, and what Guardiola, what you see in this Bayern this year of Guardiola is more flexibility. They play sometimes 3 at the back, sometimes 2. You don't always know how to read the lineup when you get it, and it's you see the names and you need
don't
to
know
guess
how it's gonna set up.
Yeah, and that's a renovation. That's a thing that teams need to deal with, because now if Real Madrid is going to play Bayern, they will not know exactly how they're going to face them.
That is probably something.
Yeah,
Bayern
but
Munich,
that's my thing. For the But so far Bayern looks great, and they have
we'll absolutely speak about that in April. I feel. Now in other results from the Bundesliga, Hanover continued to impress when they won 2-0 in Berlin. A crazy match between Hoffenheim and Köln ended with the visitors winning 4-3, and Wolfsburg are still looking strong as they beat Hamburg 2-0 at home. Bayern Munich are first with 27 points, followed by Wolfsburg with 23. Mönchengladbach are now down to third with 20 points. Next are Hanover with 19, and then are Hoffenheim and Leverkusen both with 17. Don't look for Dortmund among the top 10, they're only in 15th place. The good news for them are it's out of relegation zone. Premier League now, and we all remember the last time Chelsea came to Anfield and the slip-up by Steven Gerrard that cost Liverpool the championship. The Mighty Reds lost again this time, but it's not nearly as dramatic as the Mighty Reds are far from the top. They did grab the early lead thanks to the long-range effort by Emre Can, but the Blues reacted. Gary Cahill, with the help of the goal line technology, and Diego Costa turned things around. Chelsea wins 2-1. I mean, they're not doing the Real Madrid thing. They're not scoring 4, 5, 6 every time, but they do what it takes, and it's good. It's good enough.
Yes, it's the old Mourinho style. They take the lead. We saw it against the Manchester teams as well, that they take the lead and then they like to go back a little bit and suffer in the late minutes. This time Liverpool almost, got a penalty in the end. Gary Cahill, the ball touched his hand. Chelsea got their luck, but
the goal line technology does not see when the ball nearly touches
exactly.
your hand.
The goal line technology, it solves only 5% maybe of the problems of officiating. But I think that Chelsea were better team. They were stronger, and Liverpool, since that date in April when they met, and Chelsea,
that's when they crashed.
Smash and grab. They only passed the half, the half line, or maybe twice a game and scored 2 goals. This time it was a different issue. You saw Chelsea much better. Liverpool went backwards. They don't have any fluidity and dynamic in the attack. The defense is terrible. Liverpool, needs major changes. And and the goal line technology is nice because of the anecdote of the history of Anfield when Jose Mourinho visited there in 2005.
The Chelsea-Liverpool thing.
Exactly, the phantom goal, of Luis
Absolutely.
Garcia in the semi-final. So it was kind of, it was
Michael,
reminiscent of
this was also, the goal line technology was also the big story in the press.
Yes, this was the main thing in the press. The technology was very important for Chelsea to be able to get that equalizing goal.
I bet that if the goal line technology was not there, that goal would have not been allowed.
Most refs would not be able to see that. It was by such a small margin. And this, like Amit said, they compared this to the Ghost goal from 2005. So that was something that was important, that they were able to get that back. And even Jose Mourinho has called themselves the Autumn Champions. So they're deemed to be the team of autumn.
By the way, Mourinho in the league won 8 times in 10 games against Liverpool, more than any other team in England. But in the cups, he always loses to Liverpool. So if they meet in a cup competition,
don't look for a Mourinho win. And the match, of course, left one side delighted, the other one disappointed. Here's what both managers had to say at the end.
Fantastic performance. Obviously, it's 3 important points, but sometimes you get points and you don't deserve it. Sometimes football makes that happen. I think this is not the case. This is the case where the best team won.
That's where we're at the moment. It's not going, not getting the rub of the green, and it's been a tough week, of course, in terms of results, but these players are so committed and they're giving everything at the moment, and as I said, we aren't getting that wee bit of good fortune that you need. But for that, it wasn't even good fortune. It was a clear penalty that we should have had.
Things only got better for Chelsea as the team seen as their biggest rival for the trophy left 2 points away. Manchester City was lucky to escape with a point as they were down twice against Queen's Park Rangers. Kun Aguero equalized twice, the second goal coming just 7 minutes from time. I mean, it's early in the season, but they're losing on all grounds. They lost the League Cup. They're 8 points away from Chelsea in the league, which is a lot in the pace Chelsea is in. They're in a very difficult position in the Champions League. Something's not working there.
Yes, one of the problems after you win championship, and especially if you're a team like Manchester City who is not used to win titles, is the season after. And there was, I think Phil Neville said that in Manchester United, after they won titles, it took them until December maybe to come down and the batteries to get them on again. And it's the same as with City. You see, maybe with Yaya Toure is the best example. He's not, he don't have the same hunger that he had last year. Yeah. That he was so, great and powerful and tenacious, and he doesn't have that this year. And they really rely on Aguero too much. Pellegrini has problems, in defense. In the summer, they had this financial play issue where they cannot spend as they want. But it's always bad when you lay on your laurels and not spend on new players. And
the only problem, obviously, is the question if December will not be too late. They may lose the Champions League and maybe the Premier League back then. And if we ask manager Manuel Pellegrini, the troubles from the Champions League are definitely taking their toll on the Premier League. Here's what he had to say following the match.
For the moment, it's difficult to say that we are 2 point lost, because I repeat, we had just come less than 72 hours, a very difficult moment. In the way that the game was during the 90 minutes, I'm sure that at least we deserve a draw. We have more chances to score. Of course, I wanted the 3 points, but if you can win it, it's better not to lose it.
And in other results from the Premier League, Southampton wins again, this time 2-0 at home over Leicester. Ronald Koeman's side is definitely the biggest surprise this far in the season. Juan Mata was on target as Manchester United beat Crystal Palace, and it was not a good weekend for Arsenal, who went down 2-1 in Swansea. Chelsea is first with 29 points, followed by Southampton with 25. Manchester City is third, but they're now 8 points behind the Blues. Further down are West Ham and Swansea with 18. Arsenal and Manchester United are in the top 10, but clearly out of the championship race. So as opposed to last season when we had this triple beautiful race with Chelsea, Arsenal, and Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Manchester City, it seems this year Chelsea will win it easily. Amit Leventhal, Michael Friedman, always a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And that's it for us today. Don't forget you can watch this and every other show on our website at i24news.tv. We're also on Facebook and on Twitter. We will be here again tomorrow with our Sports Daily magazine. Same time, same place. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.